Good morning and welcome to We Think Twice. That is the name of the show, and I am your host, Ofenze T. Thank you very much for joining us. You know, this is a jam-packed show. We give you very engaging conversations, we give you thought-provoking moments, and we also give you expert insight. So I am not alone in studio today. We do have a guest, but before I let him introduce himself, I am just going to feed you guys in on what the topic is. So today's topic is should abortions be banned or not? So hi Reba.
Hi Ofenze.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So do you think we should get right into the topic?
Yeah, let's jump straight into it.
All right. So I have a few pointers that I would like for us to discuss first. All right. The first one being bodily anatomy.
Okay.
Right. And bodily anatomy to me just means that everyone should have a say in what they want to happen with their body.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like before 16, you don't really know what you're doing because you're not at that level of maturity yet.
Okay.
So technically, it's not really your own body at that age. Below 18 or 16. I don't know what the age of legalization is. I think it's 18. But yeah,
Yes.
below 18, technically not even your own person.
Okay, so you think below 18, when you're pregnant, your parents should have a say in what happens with the pregnancy, meaning what happens to you and the baby.
Yeah, I mean, you're still under your parents' watch because you're still at school as well and
Yes.
stuff. So you don't really know much about babies at
And
that
then
age.
above 18, then you can start making your choices. Because remember, when you're 18, you're still in matric, right?
Yes.
Yes. So you're saying below 18, your parents or your guardians, your legal guardians get to make the decision
Yeah.
of what happens. But
Yeah.
once you're above 18, meaning you can make your own choices, that's what you're saying.
Okay, let me say in total, I'm totally against it in total. Because in general, you shouldn't be killing people no matter
Yes.
the age, 2 months, 2 years, 20 years. Still murder at the end of the day. So I just feel like it's not,
So you
Something-
shouldn't be killing people.
yes.
Yes, you shouldn't be killing people. But
And-
what if this person is growing inside me and I'm not ready yet? For whatever reasons that we're still gonna get deep into. But I just want to keep it here at bodily anatomy where you're saying below 18, parents, any legal guardians can make the choice for you. That offense. You're not going to have that child at all.
Yeah.
But once I'm 18, meaning matric and above, once I'm pregnant, I can make the choice.
I feel like I said, I'm totally against it, actually, like in total. Because you don't have the right to be killing people and stuff.
Even if that person is growing inside of me.
Yes, it's still a person, no matter the age, no matter how fast or slow the heartbeat or whatever. And I just feel like at the age of 16, getting an abortion at that age, I just feel like it's not really gonna...
Have you heard the saying, my body, my choice?
Yeah, I've heard it. But I feel like...
So why should there be an age restriction to that when it comes to bodily anatomy?
Like
At whatever point in time, when the minute I am born, right? Meaning I'm a few minutes old, so I can't make a decision, meaning my legal guardian should be making the decision for me, right? But once I am old enough, am I not in a space where I get to choose that, no, I'm not going to have sex with you, I'm going to have sex with someone else. No, I don't want to be pregnant yet, I'll be pregnant when I'm 18. No, I don't want to wear a long skirt, I want to wear a short skirt. That's where choices come in, because it starts with the small things. So why is it that there should be an age restriction, like with abortion? Because it starts with very small things, like how you dress, where you want to go, who gets to be your friend, right? What color you want to wear, where you want to go to school. It starts with those things, even though our parents have some sense of power over those decisions. But the decision with would like to apologize. We are experiencing slight technical difficulties, but it seems like we're back on track. So yes, as I was saying, we're sorry about that. I just feel like once I am old enough, I should be able, let's not put an age restriction to it. But once, the time is right, I should be able to choose that I'm not going to have this baby. Or yes, I'm 18, I think this is the right time to have a baby. right?
Yeah.
Yes. So my body, my choice. Does it not apply?
I mean, a baby is not really the same as, kind of dress you choose
Yes,
in
no,
the
true,
morning
true,
and stuff.
yes.
But like you said, it does begin by the small things and stuff. And I would like to agree with you on that point because it starts at a young age, remember?
Mm-hmm.
So we need to start showing you the right and wrong already, like
Yes,
parents
true,
from a
true,
young age.
yes.
So if you get pregnant at that age, well, let me say, sorry, I worded my wrongs incorrectly. Let me say, if you were to get the proper education and stuff about having babies and abortions and stuff, then maybe at the age of 18, you'll know the right and wrong, like how to have safe sex and all of that stuff. So I feel like if you know the proper procedures that you get taught in school, then,
You'll make better choices,
Yeah.
is what you're saying.
yeah, like I'm referring to the thing that you said, my
Yes.
body, my choice. I'm speaking about choices in general
Okay.
right now. So at that young age, you don't really know what you're doing, like I said. So technically it's not your body again, like I said, it's you belong to your parents at that age.
Okay.
So any kind of legal calls or anything, it falls under your, sorry for that.
It's okay.
Yeah. So any kind of decisions falling on you below the age of 16, it falls under your guardians because they look over you. That's why you call them your guardians. So, yeah. Oh my God. I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
But yeah, like I said, to answer your question, if you had the proper guidance and stuff, then that wouldn't be happening in the first place.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just paint a picture. You're a dad, right? You have a 15-year-old daughter,
Yes.
and she has a boyfriend. They have sex, and she finds out that she's pregnant, and she comes and reveals it to you guys because you guys are very caring parents. You guys speak, you have a very, solid relationship where you guys get to talk about such things. So she comes to you and the mother at the time, and she tells you guys that I am pregnant, right? And I would like to keep the baby. What is your thought at that time? Imagine yourself to be directly in the situation, and you're a dad, and she's 15, and you're only learning that she's been having sex. Obviously, not obviously, but maybe this is not the first time, right? She comes home and she says she's pregnant. So what is your thought? And she tells you that I'm pregnant and I've decided that I do not want to have an abortion. I would like to keep the baby. What do you say to her?
Then I would probably I would educate her on like having a baby, the kind of responsibilities she's gonna have to take on and stuff. I mean, financially, obviously, I'm a dad. I'll take care of the baby that time because at 15, you're not really financially
Yes.
stable. So I would just educate her, like, this is the ones and twos of having a baby, basically. The do's and do not do's, And yeah, it's something that can work out. I don't really think killing the baby is always gonna be the answer.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
And then what if she decides that I would like to have an abortion? Not I would like, I want to have an abortion. So meaning I'm just telling you guys because I'm going to do it either way. So she tells you guys that I want to have an abortion, meaning she just needs your support, meaning drive her to the clinic or to the doctor or to her healthcare professional. Sorry guys, we're experiencing a few technical difficulties. We just want to see what is happening with that, and then we apologize for that. It was just a little technical glitch, but we're back on. So yes, Reba, as I was saying, she decides and tells you that I want to have a baby. So meaning you're going to educate her and tell her everything about the do's and don'ts, the responsibilities, and how life is going to change, right? And meaning you as a parent, you're going to be taking care of the child, All right.
Yes.
But then what happens? What do you think is happening with her? Now I'm trying to touch base on a completely different point of which is mental health and emotional well-being. She decided that she wants to keep the baby. So what do you think is going on through her mind, her mental state and her emotional state as well?
Obviously, she's going to be in a world of panic and stuff.
Yes.
Because he's a baby at the end of the day. But at that point, I feel like now is just a point of taking the necessary precautions to like helping her.
And what are these necessary precautions that you're talking about?
She can go to like
A psychologist,
Yeah,
right?
psychologist.
See a social worker,
Yeah,
things
yeah.
like that,
Yes,
right?
definitely.
So what happens when, now I'm taking you out of the scenario that I just put you in, right? You get another girl who's 15, has parents, but they're not very involved. They don't give her, the space to be free to talk about such things. That, oh, mom, I'm having sex and, my vagina is bleeding or whatever. She finds out that she's pregnant, right? And if abortions are legal, what is the first thing that's going to come to her mind? Oh, I can go to a clinic. There's a clinic nearby. There's a healthcare facility nearby, meaning I can just, go there and, tell them what's happening. And it's always better to speak to a stranger than to speak to someone who's family. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
So this is where she has access to this, right? So she gets to go there. They, tell her that these are, the changes that your body's going to go through, what this and that. So go home, take some time and decide what it is that you want to do. Because abortions it's a thing. It can happen. So just go home, think about it. And, once you've decided, come back and tell us that are you keeping the baby so that we can also take necessary precautions, or are you not keeping the baby? There's also necessary precautions, right? So if you're saying that abortions should not be legal, what happens to your child? Now we go back to your scenario. What happens to your child who does not have this access to these necessary healthcare facilities?
That's a really good question.
You see?
Yeah.
Yes, because now there's a child who's with you. You're a very supportive dad. You get to talk to her and you guys get to sit down and come to an agreement or some sort of sense of direction as to what is going to happen. But you get another person, you get another child who's not very privileged to have a dad as you, Then what happens to her? But the minute she knows that abortions are legal, she gets to go to National, she gets to go to Pelonomi, she gets to go to Universitas, she gets to go to Mediclinic. She goes there, speaks to someone and tells them that I'm pregnant, I'm in need of help, I don't know what to do. I'm not in any danger, but I would like to know what to do. She sits there, they give her advice and she's good to go. They tell her, go home, decide, and come back so that we can give you more advice. But when that privilege has been taken away, then what happens? This is where she kills herself. Even before killing herself, this is where she thinks about killing herself. She has suicidal ideations. This is where she'll resort to things like taking pills, just experimenting to try and see what would happen to her. She starts cutting herself, she starts drinking alcohol, anything that might take the pain away. So this just opens up another can of worms. So, how do we deal with that?
Can I just take us back to the psychological part of this?
Yes.
Because killing a baby, it also has a major psychological effect on you.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, because I have seen it happen before. So killing the baby is going to have a much more bigger effect on you psychologically.
But what about having the baby? Isn't that also going to have a very detrimental effect on your mental health and your emotional well-being as well?
But what about killing the baby? Or what if you kill the baby and then you see yourself as like a murderer after that? You have this big psychological and mental like breakdowns and all of that stuff.
That can happen, but it can also happen that you keep the baby because abortions are not legal. You keep the baby and it drives you off the edge because you were basically forced to keep the baby. Now you're losing your mind. You're basically losing your shit because you're forced to be a mother at a very young age. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. But legalizing abortion is legalizing murder. Like, to put it in a plain point of view.
So that's how you feel?
Yeah, that's how I see it.
So you think abortion is equals to murder?
Is it not murder?
I don't think so.
Then what do you classify as murder?
I classify murder as, you know, I wake up, I don't want to say I wake up one day and create this scenario, but murder is killing someone in an unlawful act. Abortion is legal, right? Now we're just having a debate about whether or not it should be legal, but it is something that is legal, right? Because at that time it's a fetus. It has not developed a brain as yet. So meaning you can decide for it, just like we hinted on the fact that under 16, under 18, your parents get to decide for you. So how you can decide for a fetus, especially if it's growing inside your body. But now when you go out of your way to murder someone who's a living, breathing person, and you murder them because of whatever reason, that no, you know, he or she stole my phone or whatever, you murder them on those bases. But a baby that's not yet a baby, who's a fetus, you get to decide because this person is growing inside of you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yes.
But abortion after 3 months is classified as murder, though.
After 5.
Is it after 5?
Yes.
So I'm saying if you have a heartbeat, if you're conscious and everything,
Yes.
then it is classified as murder. That's the point I'm making right now.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a totally different chat if, let's say, you made a baby and then the next day you get morning after pills and then you kill the sperm cells.
Okay.
That's a different chat. But abortion is like you are pregnant, you're classified pregnant, you have a baby inside of you.
So abortion, you want to say when you are maybe a couple of weeks, or what are we saying? What are we saying there?
I'm saying
That abortion only becomes abortion once the baby is 2 months, or once the baby is 16 weeks. You know, I want us to.
I'm saying abortion is if you are not classified as a fetus anymore, not an egg, but if you are a baby, because abortion is not killing a sperm cell, it's killing a baby, is it not?
Yes, it is killing a fetus.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not killing a baby.
It's not a baby as yet. It's a fetus.
It's a fetus.
Yes. It becomes a baby after 3 months. That's when the brain has developed, and you can see on the sonogram as well. So
that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
At that point, if you're still like a sperm cell swimming, then that's okay. If you're still a fetus, that's okay. But if you are a full-on baby, like 4 months, 5 months, if you are past a certain point of
so you're
development,
completely against it only when it comes to a certain point. Only when you're in those months, you know, 4, 5 months, only then it becomes a problem. But once I have sex with you and then I wake up and then I'm like, oh shit, he came inside me. I have morning after pills. That's not abortion. That's fine. That's me taking care of myself.
I am saying if you have sex and the sperm cell has not reached its destination yet and you took morning after pills, then that is okay because the sperm has not reached its destination yet.
But Reba, so you're a doctor.
Huh?
You're a doctor.
This is like, I'm not a doctor.
Yes, so how would you know that it has not reached its destination yet? Because the minute we have sex and your sperm meets with my egg, of which happens instantly, it happens instantly. For it to form is what takes time. Do you know what I'm saying? Yes, even with menstruation as well. The minute I start going on my periods, once my uterus starts shedding, you know, once the blood starts coming out, you can't say, oh, she's menstruating. Yeah, I've been menstruating. It's just that the blood was not coming out. The process has already started happening. So with pregnancy as well. The minute your sperm meets with my egg, you know, I have a decision. Like, I need to take morning after pills right now, and I need to, you know, solve butata before it even gets anywhere. So why is that not abortion? Because, you know, there's 2 different types of abortions. The one where you get to take pills, and then the one where the fetus is surgically removed from your body, right? So taking pills, shouldn't that be also considered as abortion? Because they give you 2 types of pills. They insert one in your vagina and then one you put under your tongue, right?
Taking pills prevents pregnancy.
No, we're talking about a morning after pill now, not contraceptives. Yes, not contraceptives. But it's okay. We're gonna continue on having this chat on the socials, so be sure to interact with us, and then we'll we'll see what the comments say. Thank you so much for joining us, Reba.
Thank you for having me, Offense.
Thank you.